Hi there, my name is Mark. I'm one of the leads for the Denver Ableton user group. I'm going to spend a few minutes with you today and give you an overview of our file upload and file sharing capabilities on the website located at abletondenver.com. Let's jump right into this. First, we're going to have to log in. If you don't have a login, you're not registered yet, go about doing that by going to the website, registering. It is free and open to the public, and that will open up a lot of fancy doors for you. So we're now logged in. I have no files. Let's jump right into the upload file area. And the first thing you're going to be hit with is a couple paragraphs of information up top here. We have a couple different file type categorizations that we use. In short, they are sample, loop, final output, and a setter project. A sample can be a WAV, AIFF, or MP3 file, and that's just a sound, stereo, mono, whatever. And anything from a synth patch to somebody screaming, we don't discriminate on samples. A loop is basically the same as a sample, except it repeats on itself in a musical sense, and most commonly you're going to want to think of bass loops or drum loops or something like that, but a loop is a wide open category, and those are going to be a WAV, AIFF, or MP3 file. Final output is a specific sort of nomenclature to the Ableton Denver website, and that refers to any MP3 that's uploaded as a final output or a set. It could be a live recording, it could be something off of the mixing board, it could be something from your albums, and just about anything created with Ableton that's, a finished final product. Put it up under final output. Those will by default be available to the general public, so you don't have to log in to listen to final outputs, but you will have to log in to find any of the other information. And lastly, we have a category of set or project. These are zip files, and those were originally added for the capability to share Ableton sets and projects. You can also zip up your sample collections. You can throw a single wave in there with a PDF of sheet music and some notes and get somebody to help you with a bass line you might be needing help with. Whatever the case might be, the zips are a pretty wide open idea. Now getting into the file upload area here, you're going to select what kind of upload you are doing. I am going to choose the final output for the sake of demonstration here, and it will open up a secondary public or privacy setting. And this one, when it is checked, it will allow people who are not logged in to listen to this final output. If you uncheck it, it'll be limited only to Denver Ableton users. This is the nuclear privacy option up here. If you use this option, that means it will only be available to you. For anybody to find that file, you will need to get them in touch with where the file is located. Otherwise, it is kept private and out of all searches. The description is where you put your info. And it is the search box and the name of the file that is searched in the player. I'll show you that in just one second here. Next in line, we have the license. We have a couple licenses available. The default license is going to be the Creative Commons Attribution Share like 3.0 US license. Go to our site or creativecommons.org to find out more. We have an Ableton Denver local listening license, which it's there. It says don't do anything with this except listen to it. And that's explained a little more in the site as well. Contact artists means that we really don't know what's going on with that track, and you need to contact the artist, and they'll tell you all you need to know. And you can use our community section to find the artist. And we have the Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivative Works 3.0 US license. Very similar to our default license. Go to creativecommons.org or our website to learn more about that. And finally, we provide you with an other option license. If you need to put restrictions, copyrights, or some other type of license on your work, use this to name your license and provide a URL explaining what that license means. And that gives us the ultimate flexibility that we desire for sharing files and final output and loops and such. Now I'm going to select my file. I have a couple test ones here. I'm going to go with this 130 BPM raw 18. Before you can upload a file, you need to affirm that you own it. No DRM or copyright violations, please. Once that has been uploaded, it will provide you with a link right here. Here's a copy and paste version. You can upload another file or go to your file editor. And this is the fancy file editor. But before we look at that, I'm just going to show you the inline player by clicking our listen link over on the side here, and it'll open up our player. and you're hearing that loop right now. Anything that is an MP3 will have the inline MP3 flash player with it. Here's all the info that you put in here. We can search. Since I'm logged in, this bottom stripe of information is available, allowing me to search by final type, loops, sample, only my files. You can go by users. You can exact your search, all sorts of normal search funness. Now, if you don't want to stay on the Ableton Denver site, you can still pop out that audio player and find your track, click play, and put it in the background. And that is a wonderful function. Will keep you logged in as long as that pop-up is active, so you can listen to more music and search it out. Back to the file editor. What we're looking at right here is the My Files section, and this will just list all of the files you have in the system. You can delete the file here, confirm, and it is gone. You can listen to your file. There you go. And ultimately, you can edit your file, and that will pull up the file information editor. It'll show you where that track is located. Here's your declared type. You can change that type. You have your privacy settings here. You can add more information to your description. You can create or change your license and ultimately submit your changes. And with that submitted, we now have a slightly changed description and everything is up to date. And with that said, what we want to do is we're going to have to show you our FTP file upload capabilities. I'm going to hit the scan directory just to show you that there's no stranded files in the directory and everything is up to date, because what we're going to do is we're going to create a stranded file by uploading directly into that directory, my user directory, on the Ableton Denver website. I'm going to use this 130 BPM raw 16 named file. Just slide that up via FileZilla, and if we refresh our page here, you'll notice that it does not pop up in our listing, but if we scan the directory, this will run a little subroutine that says, hey, are there any music or loops or files in this user's directory that do not have a correlating record? Without that record, there's no searching, there's no coming up in the search box, there's no inline player, there's no nothing. It's just a file stored somewhere. So you can delete the file if you want, or we encourage you to add information. And this is the same editor options that you have for a regular file upload. Put a fancy hello world in there. You can change your license. It should default to the Creative Commons. You want to affirm that you own it and add the information to that stranded file. And once that is done, you will notice that that file becomes available in our file section, the drum loop. And if I scan the directory, everything is once again up to date. And then we're going to go into that top player here, and we'll notice that I have 2 files uploaded. Fantastic. Now we can get to the search end, like search for file 16 or something with 16 in it. There you go. Returns the results. Play around with the search. It's pretty robust, pretty fun stuff. And well, that's going to wrap it up here. This is where I'd cue the outro music, but I don't have any ready. So in that case, I'm just going to thank you for your time, invite you to abletondenver.com to sign up and start trading, teaching, learning, and expanding your knowledge on Ableton live performance and electronic music in general. One more time, my name is Mark. I'm one of the leads for the Denver Ableton user group. Lots of great stuff on the way, and I hope my tutorial helps you out and gets you all excited for our website, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much.